I had a moment traveling cross country by plane a couple of weeks ago where I was not at my best. And on this channel, I talk about elevating the vibration and putting out good energy and good thoughts. And I also talk about how we're all human and that we are frail and imperfect, and we have to always seek to improve ourselves. And I like to be honest about things and point to a time when I did not live up to those ideals that I'm espousing here myself. I think that's just honest, and I think hopefully that will go a long way to conveying the message that we're not always going to be at our best, but if we can recognize those times when we're not, that's okay because we're human. Don't beat ourselves up too much about it, but then seek to recognize it and then make the necessary changes. That's all we can do. And that is the lesson that really comes through the psychedelic process that is the central part of the messaging here. So I was going to the airport, and I got, the clear, which is great. You can bypass the line. And that's where it all started to fall apart because the airport, this particular section, didn't have clear in place. So now I thought I was going to breeze through security and I have to go stand in the line. And then things just went downhill from there because I'm stuck in this line. Then they direct me to one other line, the line I was originally in. Everyone seemed to sail through. And then mine, of course, I got stuck behind 3 people that had no idea what they were doing, and the frustration just starts to build. The rest of my party was in the fast line. They're already on the way through, and now I'm just starting to boil over. Then I have to take out my computer. Now, sometimes they say you don't have to take out the computer. It depends what airport you're in. This time they wanted me to take it out. And of course, at the end, when I take it out, I put it on those stupid rollers. And of course, my laptop goes right through that little rolling rack and cracks right on the ground. Luckily, afterwards, I got a chance to look at it. It was okay. But then I'm boiled over. I'm slamming the cartons and I'm putting my stuff there and I'm just mad. I finally get through and I'm totally starving. This took all the time that I thought that I was going to save and ended up now I'm in a rush and there's nowhere to get anything good to eat. And I'm just rushed and I'm relegated to this horrible sandwich that had been sitting under these hot lights. It was nothing like what I wanted to eat, but I'm going to get on this plane without any access to real food for a while, so I basically have no choice. And I'm just mad, and I get mad at everyone I come into contact with. I'm short, I'm frustrated, and I lose my temper a little bit, and not the best version of me. As I'm sitting there kind of stewing though, I finally got a chance to relax, sit down. I was at the gate, and a really fortunate thing actually happened because amidst all the frustration, a nice old lady came over to me and she has a jar in her hand or something she was trying to open. And she asked me, she said, like, habla español. And I'm talking to her. I understand that. And I say, no, I'm sorry. And she motions to me and made it very clear that this was stuck. She didn't have the strength to open the lid. She gives it to me. It was really stuck on there hard. But after a couple of moments, I was able to jar it loose. And I saw in her expression that she was relieved and happy. And I hand her the jar back. She says, thank you. I say, of course, you're welcome. You have a good day. Hope she understood the sentiment one way or another. So we had a nice interaction and then off she went. I really appreciated that moment because in a time when I was not at my best, at least I was given the opportunity to make a change and do something good for somebody else. Something small, something little, but nonetheless in that moment I was able to help someone. And there was enough satisfaction in that moment that it gave me the understanding that what I had done was wrong and I was not directing my energy in the best and most positive way. Luckily, I had an opportunity to make that change and I did. So I was very happy about that. And that's just a lesson from the airport.